Yep, that's right. I'm leaving Houston, and it's as simple as that. Why? Well, because the coffee maker that I got, which was a very expensive coffee maker, is about $90 to be exact. It's one of those ones that has like the little thing on like the side where you can put in the little pods, and then on the left side of it has the pot where you can like brew the coffee. So I'm pretty disappointed about that, and I have one back at home. So yeah, that's literally why I'm going back home. I'm just playing, but anyway, welcome back to another YouTube video, everyone. But yes, I am actually leaving Houston, and we're gonna get right into that. So maybe you guys haven't been watching my videos as of, I don't know, probably like 3 months ago, and you just randomly found this video. So for those who don't know, I actually moved down to Houston, I would say about, what has it been, like 3.5, 4 months now. And I drove all the way from Washington all the way down here in just 4 days. It was quite the journey. I'm gonna remember it for the rest of my life. It was crazy. I'm glad that I made it down here safely, but obviously this didn't end up working out. So when I first got here, I was already kind of like on edge. Like I couldn't really, I would say right from the get, like see myself living here. Like yes, the gym sounded really cool to me, but that was kind of all Houston had to really offer to me. And I was kind of like, okay, like I'll, keep giving it a go. It's only been like, what, a couple weeks, whatnot. And I actually went back home on August 18th, and then I came back here with my parents. My parents kind of checked out the area. Even my parents, I'm pretty sure, were like looking around at like Houston, like, like why did Levi move down here? Like, what did our son move down here for? I mean, they didn't understand like the gym aspect or anything, but I'm pretty sure they were guessing that too. And my parents actually left, and then I was here again, and then Devin came in. So for those who don't know, Devin was actually supposed to help me film, which he did help me film. It didn't end up working out because obviously Devin isn't here, and he left actually a couple weeks prior to me making this video. So yeah, Devin was here. He's helped me make videos, helped me capture photos. But the whole time I kind of felt like, maybe this wasn't right. Like I just had this feeling within me that like more things just should have been getting done, and like I just couldn't find a groove. Like I could not find like an area where like I was flowing and like I had rhythm and like things were feeling good, and he wasn't either. And so like there was already like a bad start to everything. So that's probably why it didn't work out for either of us. Plus I didn't necessarily have a designed plan when I came down here to get done exactly what needed to get done. I would say I kind of just came out here on like a fly. Like I remember I called Eric one day and I was like, yo dude, I'm not really too sure if like I want to go off to college and like live in a dorm. I feel like I'm gonna give up on social media if I just don't go down to Houston, which honestly looking back made no sense, but I'm guilty of making, rational, emotional decisions, which is pretty much like this decision right here to move back to Washington. But to me, it's the right decision, and I'll explain why in just a sec. Why did I come down to Houston in the first place? Well, I knew that Alphaland was going to be opening, or supposed to be opening, which it still hasn't opened yet, which is fine. Like I understand, there's a whole bunch of things that they have to get signed and things passed to even open up. So that happened. I saw it wasn't opening anymore. I was like, okay, well, how much longer am I gonna have to wait for that? Because my lease wasn't, too much longer than the time that I'd already been down here. Plus, I was also trying to, collab with other people, get in the faces of other people. And, I was doing everything that I could to like, get in front of those people, like messaging them and whatnot. And a lot of people want to say, like, oh, but you got down with like How to Beast down here. Like, that worked out for you since being in Texas. Like, nah, I really honestly think that was a social media thing, because he reached out to me via social media. I don't even think he knew that I was like in Houston when, he hit me up. So yeah, I just came down here for more opportunity, more exposure, and I honestly just felt like I wasn't getting either of what I came down here for. Like I said, I didn't have a design plan, but I knew one of the goals was to get in front of more people, network, and honestly, most of the people that I would say I am really networking with are people that aren't like really into this whole fitness social media game. Like I said, this was an emotional response. I'm gonna explain why I think it is the right move to go back to Washington though. So at first, like, I came back, I'm like, damn, Devin's leaving. Like I already don't feel in a groove here. Like what's my next move going to be? And at that moment I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go home. Like, my friends sound good. My parents, James sounded especially good, because I don't know, I just found out this man was like going to the gym at 5:30 a.m. And I was like, bro, I wish I could be there and grind with him. And then Ezra and I became friends again recently, as you guys saw in the Hawaii videos. And I was just like, damn, home sounds really good. So then I was like, okay, I'm just making the decision to move back. And then after a couple days, I was like, damn, did I make the right decision? Because now I'm friends with Kenny. Eric is still my friend. Caleb's my friend. Like I had some friends down here, and they were able to kind of help me out with what I was doing. But the more I thought about it was like, you know, I have friends back at home that can help me too. And the only reason I was really here was not only to obviously make, you know, connections via friends, via just like for social media boosts and whatnot, but at the end of the day, like I really thought like I was gonna get ground here and traction and go up from here. And I just honestly, at the end of the day, didn't like what Houston had to offer me aside from just Alphalete. Now, it wasn't just the atmosphere of Houston as to why I wanted to leave. I also kind of just felt like a clone. I just felt like I was doing the same thing everyone else was doing here. And I didn't even feel like me. I didn't feel like I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, if that makes any sense. Like I was like going into Alphalete, recording a workout, and doing this and doing that, recording certain videos because they were just like going to do well, or I thought they would do well if I did it. And I honestly just felt like a clone. Also kind of felt like I was just trying to fit in, like occasions would go on, like things that I wouldn't normally like go to and do. And I would just like tag along, or I would just go to them and I would just be like, dang, this isn't like me. This isn't who I am. This isn't what I want to do. So I kind of felt like as if I was almost in, I would say like a college or something. And like my friends were like, yo dude, we're gonna go to like this party. It wasn't necessarily even parties. It was just like things to go do. And I didn't necessarily want to participate in them. And I would go and I'd just be like, damn, like I really don't even like want to do this. So for me, it was kind of like a temptation thing too. Like if the temptation is there to like do things that I don't want to do, but like everyone else is doing them, I feel like I was gonna indulge in that because I had nothing better to do maybe with my time, even though I did. Also, I started to have this realization that, you know, you can make your dreams happen wherever, and that you shouldn't try to force an opportunity to happen. Opportunities will just come to you, and it kind of like depends on what decision you make with that opportunity. And I also just found that my family helps to keep me grounded and kind of keep me to who I am. And without them being here, it was kind of easier for me to get lost in who I was. But when I had my family back at home, they'd be like, yo, Levi, like, you know, this, and this, like, this ain't you, you know, quit that. Like, this is not the person that we know, the person that we raised, if we're talking about my parents. So, you know, I think that having my family is really important, especially during like this time period of my life and what I'm trying to do. Not saying like I need to live at home, but I'm just saying like I need to have my family in a vicinity where I can, you know, go and talk to them, whether it be even like a few hours away in my state, because at least I can just make that drive. Some of you guys might be asking yourself, well, Levi, is this the end of your fitness journey? And no, it is not the end of my fitness journey whatsoever. Like, I definitely plan to come down here, I would say, pretty consistently, especially when Alphaland opens up. Plus I have, you know, friends, I have connections down here. Like, I have it going pretty good here. I just honestly didn't like living here, and honestly didn't feel like, you know, I was doing my part, and I felt like I was fitting in, like I already said. In the end of it all, guys, I don't want to belong to something. I want to be something. And I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying by that. But that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, be sure to give it a like. If any of you guys are new here, do not forget to press that subscribe button, because you guys know I will be back. And as always, the sky's the limit. And until next time.